Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying time has returned once again to the Love Shack. And we are going to have the Bad News Bubbies versus the Uncultured Club. Here are the Bad News Bubbies inside of their Love Shack. It is their home stadium, and it looks like they are well fed and ready to play. The tree man there has the boards attached to his legs ready to kick people, which seems a little odd seeing as it's made of dead trees. And here is one of the wood elves is going to be their star player. The Uncultured Club, which is made up of a mixture of different types of teams. You got shirtless men, hairy beasts, and some women in bikinis. So what else could you want in a team? Well, I guess you could want a guy with a bunch of scars on his chest as they have. Alright, no star player there. Well, they're all stars, I guess. So, who's going to get the ball? The goblin ref is mute, so he's not going to speak. And the halfling master chef comes out with a feast to behold, which the opponents are smelling, and it's making them hungry, which, of course, the halflings are well fed and ready for this. So, Bad News Bubbies are going to get a team re-roll, basically one stolen from the Uncultured Club. Alright, Bad News Bubbies getting themselves, they're putting their star player Willow into the center, and Lumberjack Sue and Old Man Withers, the tree men, are on the two sides of that. The rest of them are mostly in the middle field, and you have a couple in the backfield. There's since the Bad News Bubbies are new, they don't really have very much in the way of special skills. The Uncultured Club is actually a pretty experienced team, and like I say, a mixed team. So it's hard to say exactly what they're without having the time really to show them. But essentially, what they've got. Oh, they're bringing in some other players. Here, let's pause for a second, take a quick look at their positioning. Alright, so in the center they have their Psychedelic Fur, and he's got a number of different abilities, including, I think it's a foul appearance or something like that, and one of his abilities, which is causing an interference around him, an aura of sort of fear or smelliness or whatever. So it's going to interfere with the opponents a lot there. You've also got next to him a couple of Bretonnians who are good at defending. Slightly back, they've got Depeche Mode, who's a blitzer, and Art of Noise, who's also a blitzer, but he's actually one of the players who can jump really well. And then you have a couple on each side, which seems a little unfair to those little tiny halflings there. There's your size comparison. Actually, his one's about the same size, but that's because Susie Banshee is leaning down to his size. And then they have a couple in the backfield in case they get away. Adam Antisocial, who's a thrower, and Blondie, who's also a thrower. Alright, so let's take a look and see what they do. It looks like Bad News Bubbies are going to have to kick off. Throw a rock. Depeche Mode gets hit by a rock. Well, I guess that person just didn't like their music very much. Alright, so the wild animal, will not be able to do anything, so the star player is safe for the time being. He's just going to get pushed back. He's got a sidestep, so he's just going to keep himself guarding the center there. Tonians are going to move forward a little ways. And they're going to make a gap on their left side, our right. Timmy the Tidy Whities is stunned, and that the Susie Banshee is going to keep on pushing through as far as she can go. And with that gap opened up, the Thompson twin is going to rush through there as well. And now they're going to pick up that ball with the sure hands. This is their Empire player, Adam Antisocial. I guess he would be with that face and that eye patch. Somebody running around in their armor. I can't see them. Alright, goes to the Bad News Bubbies. They are going to go get themselves one of them in the way of both of those passers. They're just little excited guys. Hopping all over the place. And now their star player is going to kick one of them back. Tree Man's going to push forward. And that happy little guy is going to go running around there. So it looks like they're shifting mostly to their right. We get a blitz action from the tree man. Didn't take root. He's going to go in and take on the Psychedelic Fur. And he's going to knock him down. Oof! Psychedelic Fur is KO'd. Taken out for this half. That was a good move on the part of the Bad News Bubbies. It is working out kind of in their favor. The Uncultured Club has moved forward on their left. You can hear that they're starting to run out of time, so Bad News Bubbies has to move quickly here. And they have run out of time. But that's alright, because they do have their left guarded. Now, the Uncultured Club is going to try to break through on their right. And they make a little bit of a gap, which they're going to run down that direction. The Uncultured Club saw that they weren't doing so well over there, so he threw it to from Adamante Soltral, but it is dropped by Art of Noise. Art of Noise does not get the ball. It is behind them there, but the ball is loose and on the ground. Bad News Bubbies are a little slow, so they're going to have to move over here. And they try to move the star player over, but he gets knocked down. Are they going to get it with the reroll? No! So they lose their golden opportunity. Willow is stunned, and he's going to be down for a couple of turns. That is going to mean all the difference in the world, because now the Uncultured Club are going to be able to get that ball. Oh, that is sad to see, because that was their one chance of the Bad News Bubbies to come back from behind. And now the one that's in the way, Doodle the Cracker Maker, is pushed back and injured. He's going to miss the next game, but this is the last game for the Bad News Bubbies of this season. So it won't mean that much to them, but it is heartbreaking. They're just going to have to sit back and watch the ball, because I don't think any of them are going to be able to get there in time. The Uncultured Club just has too many fast players, and their one fast player is stunned. Here we go. Oh, but he cannot kick the ball! They are having really bad luck right now. Uncultured Club just cannot keep their hands on this ball. I guess it's just, this is the Love Shack after all, and what the Halflings put onto these balls in their stadium, well, I don't think you really want to know. All right, they're going to go in for the ball to get the ball, and it is Binky the Brave has the ball. He is small and dodgy. Oh, but he cannot stay on his feet. His hair is too long. He is going to trip and stays even with the reroll, so the ball goes loose once again. And worse yet, he's knocked himself unconscious. Binky the Brave. He was a brave one, but he went unconscious. His bravery, unfortunately, did him wrong. Did more bad for him than good. Alright, so Uncultured Club's going to go over there to get the ball. Blondie is getting right next to it. Isn't going to quite pick it up. She's going to wait. She's going to let the others do the work of knocking out the Halflings that are around there. Oh, and there we go. Adamante Soldier is going to get the ball and start running there. He has a throw ability. He can get it to one of them. Can he pass it? Oh, and they cannot keep the ball. It falls once again. Man, I really do think that the Halflings have put something on there, something that is sticky for themselves, but kind of slippery for the others. All right, so they're going to try to start getting over there, but unfortunately, their little bellies, they're full, all right, but the disadvantage of being full is that it's just slowing them up. So they're going to run up there. They're going to go for it, and they're going to get the ball. Oh, and they're going to re-roll this, so maybe he will pick up the ball. Oh, and he still cannot keep it. They have used up almost all their reels. They have one more. And in fact, actually, the Uncultured Club has no re-rolls left. This ball just keeps flying in the air everywhere. The ground has had the possession of the ball long. Oh my god, and Chef Boyardee is dead! She knocked him down. She did not like him having the ball. And it has ended the life of Jeff Boyardee. Oh, one of our best cheap chefs. And it goes in for the touchdown. The Uncultured Club has the touchdown, thanks to the Art of Noise. So he is going to make plenty of noise and get the audience doing the same. But it cost the life of a Halfling. Was it really worth it? I think the Uncultured Club is coming back with a resounding yes! And the Halflings are saying no. Apparently Patches did not like that because she bit me from soon after that. She rather liked Jeff Boyardee, I think. Alright. So now they're going to be getting set up for the kick to the Bad News Bubbies. That was the run of the Uncultured Club. Can the Bad News Bubbies answer back? Looks like the or looks like the Uncultured Club is going to be strong in the front, not a lot in the background. They really have a lot of confidence that the halflings will not be able to get into their backfield very easily, so they are going to be almost completely at the front. The Bad News Bubbies going to bring their treemen forward and leave Willow in the front there, right, countering to Psychedelic Fur. Looks like a very similar play from before. They have a couple of runners in the back. Oh, they're going to be a little bit stronger on their left than their right. They're going to bring some of their middle fielders closer, and they're going to have the runners in the back. All right, here goes the kick, and it's the perfect defense. Oh, all right, so the Uncultured Club is able to set themselves up where there are gaps, but now instead they're going to put themselves strong against the tree man, knowing that he's going to be coming through. And the ball goes right to Willow. So the star player has it right away. It's good news and bad news, because on one hand, it's right up there at the front and doesn't have as far to go, and it is their best player. Bad news is he is right in the face of Psychedelic Fur, which may be difficult for him. But they're going to try to keep their momentum and push forward. Tree Man is going to knock Psychedelic Fur back and march forward into there. They're going to bring back their backfield, or bring up their backfielders. The one problem is that they do have a gap here up to Willow. They're going to try to bring them up, but they're going just a little bit slow. Bring them from the left and the right to try to guard right there in the center. They're going to give up their flanks and not even try to do the pass. Willow's going to pull back just slightly, so he's got some protection. Oh, and they are going to send a receiver out. Spoon goes for a run, and he also goes for a bite to eat. All right, and here comes a blitz to the well, left side or right side, depending on which side you're talking about. Blitz knocks them back. And they're going to go for the pass protection, actually mostly to get in front of him in case he catches it. And it goes to Bad News Bubbies again. Can they push through? The treeman says yes. Getting Psychedelic Fur right in the newts. And they're going to push forward just a little bit more on their right side. Gonna knock aside the Bretonian over there. Oh man, that scream was heard from the next stadium over. And now Willow's gonna go for a run, get into there. Actually, he's gonna run out of protection and outrun his protection. He's gonna, make a bet that he can make this, that he can get some protection. The other treeman is gonna step forward and knock back one of the Bretonians. And another one, which one is that? That was Spoon, is running over there to go from being a receiver to being a blocker. And there they got almost their entire box left, and of course the body of Psychedelic Fur is protecting in the back. So, and now they have another one there to block. So now they have pretty much a full complement of blocking there. They're going to bring one more up for one last bit. All right, so now he is protected in a box, and he might actually be able to get in there. They're going to go in for, there we go, for what do you call it, the blitz. Then Depeche Mode gets in there into the face of Willow. And now they're going to send a couple more to guard in the front. Susie Banshee and Adam Antisocial. Basically, Uncultured Club, not believing the halflings are getting past them, are running around to try to contain the halfling outbreak. And actually, they're doing a good job of it, too. They've really kind of placed themselves all around there. And now, here they are going to start knocking back some of the halflings. And now they've rather enveloped them, too. You can see that they're not only in front of them, but all around them. This is going to be a little bit difficult, but they're going to go, the Bad News Bubbies are going to send the treemen up there. push back one of the their Amazon line woman. And they're going to try to put forward some kind of box, but it's going to be interesting to see what Willow does here, how Willow's going to try to get out of this. Oh, well, there's one way to have one of your halflings knock her back. Knock the guard out of the way. Dandy Dave has gotten her out of the way, and now Willow's gone around to the side. And the halfling is going up there for protection. Although they do already have one of the, Jane's Addiction is right there, is going to be able to attack right away. Of course, you also have this one coming from the back. I don't think the halfling saw it. REO's Speedwagon has come in from behind. I always hate that when REO Speedwagon comes in from behind. Oh, and instead they're using the Blitz to move this one up. Who is that? Susie and the Banshee. To get her into position, and so now Jane's Addiction goes in with two others. And somebody else in the... Oh, it might be able to, in the backfield, go after the runner. They're really taking a big chance here by going after others first on the other side of the field. Oh, interrupting Spoon as he was trying to take a bite of his meal, and you do not want to interrupt a halfling when he's about to take a bite of his meal. Wow, they're taking a lot of risks before going after that runner. They've even done a couple of going for it. And they're even running out of time as they are still knocking out everybody except the runner. Mullet Man McGee has been knocked unconscious, but that's still not the runner. Are they going to go after Willow here? They did not! Willow is going to be able to run forward, and first they are going to get the Tree Man, who probably goes after the wrong guy, but Holland Oates has now been injured. And now there's the Blitz action is going to come up here to... Where is he going? Okay, I guess he's going to go knock that one out of the way. It's kind of like everybody's going after everything except where the ball is. I'm wondering, am I just mistaken? Is the ball not over here? It's not where everybody should be paying attention, but instead they're paying attention to everything else except what they need to be paying attention to. In fact, they're even knocking him into the way of the player. Oh, I see. Okay, so they're making a path for them to get over to that side. And he tries throwing it, but it's a disturbing presence. He was right next to the psychedelic fur, whose disturbing appearance is even effective on the ground. And that's going to leave it on the ground for the end of the half. Oh, I see why they didn't try. They just were not going to be able to make it. So they left it the way it was, and now the Bad News Bubbies are going to get the ball at the beginning of this next half. We shall see if they can answer for this and tie this game up. Alright, Halfling Master Chef steals the reroll again. So now the Halflings are going to get 4 rerolls, and Uncultured Club gets 1. Alright, so Uncultured Club gets themselves close to the front again. They're stronger on their right or left than on the other side. And the Bad News Bubbies pretty much set up exactly like they were before. It worked pretty well before. So we'll see if it works for them again. And they got a lot of really good luck last time with Willow getting the ball, but just could not get anywhere with it. All right, here we go. Here goes the kick. And it's a high kick. The Bad News Bubbies are able to maneuver to get into position. Oh, they're going to send one of their runners from way back in the backfield to get the ball. And he's going to get... He's got so much time, he takes a bite to eat as he goes, and he cannot keep hold of the ball, so he's going to try to pick it up again. He manages to pick it up. That is Mullet Man McGee has the ball and is going to run forward. And he's going to get some protection from Lothar, the Hill people. And Scary Brummett. With a little help also from his other friends, Timmy of the Tidy Whities and Egbert the Mighty. Alright, now they're going to try to break through the center. Going to try to take out Psychedelic Fur again. Ooh, kicking him in the balls may just do that. It, at the very least, stunned him, so he'll be gone for a couple of turns here. And they're going to be knocking back the Bretonian Echo Bunnyman. Echo Bunnyman is dead! I guess that's what happens when you get stepped on by a tree. So oh, and she's lying down. She's leaning forward, going, "Why? Why did you have to die? No! Why, Echo Bunnyman?" So we've had 2 deaths in this game. That's a pretty severe game, if you ask me. And now Willow's going to come around for a blitz action. They're going to make a gap in the left, or at least they're going to make the left a little bit weaker. And wow, the kick was so severe, he actually did damage. He actually knocked her down before his foot even connected with her. And Dandy Dave is going to protect 2 against 2 of them at one time. That's a rather brave move. And now they're going to gang up on Willow here. Gonna punch him down. Goes lying on his back. That's what happens when he takes on 3 of them. And they're gonna knock down this brave little fellow. Dandy Dave is gone. That leaves a gap open here. They come in to start working away at the square protecting the ball carrier. Egbert the Mighty is KO'd. I guess he's not so mighty anymore. And now they're getting themselves set up on the opposite side. Gonna open up a gap on that side so the rest of them can go running in. Spoon is stunned. The halflings have really been injured this turn. They managed to get decent positioning, but there's so much of their team that is hurt that they may not be able to do a lot. I mean, the Uncultured Club has already contained them with 3 players. Can the halflings come back with something? They're going to do a blitz here on RAO Speedwagon. He's going to sidestep them, but they are going to knock him down. And then he's going to go into their position. Who is that? Lothar of the Hill People. Getting himself set up on the left side. The ball carrier is going to... Oh, he's going to run elsewhere. He's like, "No, Lothar, I'm not going where you're going. I'm going over here. I'm going to set myself up in this position." The tree man is going to come back to guard. And Willow is going to just stand up to protect against the run. So they don't have a full box, but they have but they have everything protected there, so it seems. Oh, and one of them is trying to get over there, but can't quite make it. He was Timmy the Tidy Whitey. Looks like he was going to try to finish that box protection there, but wasn't able to make it. And that leaves a big open gap right in here, right where the psychedelic fur Yeti can see him. And he goes in there, and the Yeti mauls the ball carrier. The ball goes right into, goes into one hand, then another, and it's back. It is into the hands of Blondie of the Uncultured Club. And now they're going to get rid of Willow. And so now Blondie is free and clear to run through the gap here on their left side through the bodies of unconscious halflings. Oh, and the ball, it goes flying. They use their 1 reroll so that Adam Antisocial can get it, and he goes running in almost for the touchdown. I do not think the halflings can quite make it to him at this point. So it's going to turn into another score for the Uncultured Club. That was a mistake on the part of the halflings. They seem to think that Yeti was out of commission. They might have been sending 1 in there to protect him, but he fell, and it is now costing them dearly. And Spam Boy, who was completely unprepared, was just standing there with a big grin on his face, has now been knocked unconscious. And now goes to the Bad News Bubbies. I don't know what they can do at this point, but they're going to at least have to apply some pressure. And they won't even apply that pressure because they're just going to fall on their faces, using up one of their mini rerolls. They're going to run as fast as they can, doing go-for-its to get to that ball carrier to make sure at least he scores quickly so that they get 1 more run out of this. And they are stunty and small, so they're going to move around. Oh, they're going to surround REO Speedwagon for having come up behind them. Oh, and that's all that they're able to do, is just push him forward. They dodge around, get it up into their face. So, once again, applying pressure so that the Uncultured Club can't just sit around. And Willow slips on the grass. Willow is stunned. He will not be able to go and help with this. It's now Uncultured Club. Will they go in or will they waste some time? They are going to waste some time, make the clock run out, so the Bad News Bubbies do not have time to come back. And now here comes a blitz to an unprepared halfling Spoon, who is sitting there eating his drumstick, trying to eat it in peace. And they have once again interrupted his meal. And he's going to try to dodge away from that. He manages to, but he is right in the middle of a couple of Amazonians. You know, I don't know that Spoon is exactly in a bad position here. He may not be winning, but, you know, he's surrounded by a couple of Amazons. And a third one on the way. He's looking happy as can be. He's just like, yeah, my belly's full and I'm happy. Alright, goes over to the Bad News Bubbies. Are they going to try to apply some pressure? Spoon's just going to sit there and eat while surrounded by beautiful Amazons. Oh, it sounds like the trees are taking root. They both have. So they are building a forest right there in the middle of the field. Oh, and the one that's over trying to get to the ball carrier can't quite make it. Oh, he's stunty. He gets around, and he is guarding against the ball carrier. Another one gets, another one white. Spoon is dead! Spoon, oh my god, he was surrounded by the Amazons. He thought, oh, this is great, I'm happy, but apparently he died by Snoo Snoo. Well, I'm sure he died with a gigantic smile on his face. Spoon, dead by Snoo Snoo. And Scary Brummett, not going to take time to more than that. He's going to sit and eat and get knocked down by yet another Amazon. And the thrower goes in. That is Adam Antisocial goes in for another touchdown. It is now 0-2. With the Halflings down 2 players from deaths, I don't see any way for them to even put a score on the board, let alone come back and answer to the 2 points. It is a bad day for the Halflings. The 2 dead, 1 unconscious, and only 1 of the knocked out coming... Oh, I'm sorry, 2 dead, 1 injured, and only 1 of the unconscious coming back. This has been a deadly game. 3 players dead. That means it's a good game. I used to hear the phrase, no blood, no foul. Now I hear, no blood, no good game. So the fans are really enjoying this. The mortuary is really enjoying this. It is a good game of Blood Bowl. There is a lot of blood on this field. The Uncultured Club, once again, not putting anything in the backfield because they know that there's not really much of a chance of anything there. It's just the kicker's going to be back there, going to kick it. Bad News Bubbies have some brilliant coaching, so they're going to have 1 reroll. Of course, their coach is just brilliant, isn't he? So much so that he's down 2 points. Alright, so they're going to get it. They're going to get the ball. They're going to run up the center. Because, of course, that's what little halflings can do. They can just push through the center. They're so tough. Alright, and they're going to start building their box. That's what halflings are good at, building a box. And now their tree man already takes root right in the middle of the field. But nevertheless, he still is able to smack down the Yeti. And Willow's going to help out as much as he can. Don't know that there's a lot he can do, but he is going to push them back a little bit and remain back to protect the ball carrier. And they're going to send one of them pushing up the center. Who is that? Timmy the Tidy Whitey is going to push up the center. And they need to send another one to back Dandy Dave to finish the box. And they're going to go kick Dandy Dave's butt. Art of Noise pushes Dandy Dave out of the way and gets into the face of Lothar of the Hill People. And they get right into their face and let that be the turn. They feel like they have the Bad News Bubbies contained as it is. But the Bad News Bubbies have a plan up their sleeve. They're going to break through the right side. They're going to knock unconscious the Twisted Sister. Bad News Bubbies are going to send one of their players out. Oh, and the runner tries to get kicked, but he does not. The guy trying to get him does not succeed, but he can't keep his feet underneath him. Lothar the Hill People has fallen. The ball has fallen in front of him. Once again, this really kind of describes the look of Lothar the Hill People. Kind of describes. Trying to get a view of him there, but keeps taking us to where other people are just getting their butts kicked. That really describes, just visually shows what they're going through. But I am hearing an Amazon woman sighing, so I should take a look. And she's going to pick up the ball and throw it just to the ground. Doesn't even look like she's throwing it to somebody. Just sort of randomly falls on the ground there. Right next to a halfling. Spam Boy. Spam Boy goes. He picks up the ball. The field is clear for him. He goes running by. He's at the I'm not sure what those yards are, but he just goes running right by them. And they're going to... Timmy the White-Tied Away is going to stand up to guard against the Yeti and the others. The Tree Man's going to kick them on the other side. And they're going to send some others over there to do the best he can to try to protect. Oh, but they're going to get knocked down. So now Timmy the Tidy Whitey is vulnerable to being hit in a blitz action. But if their blitz action doesn't work, they might actually be able to turn this into a touchdown. They're going to first knock the one who got the ball out of the way. What is it? Timmy the Tidy Whitey is stunned. Going to knock Timmy the Tidy Whitey out of the way. And now Yeti is coming after Spam Boy. Will they be able to knock him down? They will. Well, it was a good try. Spam Boy has been injured. He's taken down Spam Boy. And that was the last chance they had. They were going to have one more turn, but it's not going to be a lot. Oh, and the Uncultured Club cannot keep the ball. Thompson Twins is not able to keep the ball. Goes over to the Bad News Bubbies, who really don't have a lot, but they're just going to seek a little bit of vengeance here. Willow's going to do what he can to just put the hurt on. Freeman's going to put his own hurt on. Oh, can you do that sound again? It's just... Blondie is stunned. Alright, and then they're going to just sort of get themselves close. I think at this point they're just out for a jog. How far can he go? That's Dandy Dave. That's as far as Dandy Dave is able to go. Lothar the Hill People. They're all just going to kind of gather around, it looks like. Just to close this thing out. Maybe they'll get a little bit of experience out of it. It's always good to get in your cardio, you know. Trying to work off a little bit of those that meal that they just ate. Alright, Uncultured Club. Last turn of the game. You're gonna pick it up. Run a little. Thompson Twins is gonna now pass it. And easily gets it to its target, Ario Speedwagon, but he cannot hold on to the ball, and that is the end of the game. So, here we have for the most valuable players, Don Knotts. I don't even remember mentioning his name once. I happened to see him right at the end of the game. But I guess that would, that'd be appropriate that the Halflings did so poorly that a player who just sort of stayed off to the side and didn't do anything is considered the most valuable player. Psychedelic Fur did not do any, get any touchdowns or anything, but he did... Well, actually, he spent a lot of the game on the ground, so he really wasn't that great either, except he did stop the Halflings from getting onto the board. So I guess for that, they'll do it. All right, so here's your ball possession and all the other statistics. Neither of them had it a lot. Oh, that's right, the ball was on the ground a lot of the time, so the ball was only possessed by anybody a little over 50% of the time. And yeah, actually, look at that. Let's see, where is that? The deaths sustained in here somewhere. That is the most amount of kills inflicted. One kill inflicted Oh, that's right. Neither one. It's 2 deaths sustained versus 1 death sustained, and one of the deaths happened from trying to run too far or something like that. So that's why the other one didn't inflict that extra kill. Anyway, all right. So here's the SPP. Don Knotts, 5 points for some odd reason. I have no idea why. Maybe he just ran the most. Lumberjack Sue getting 4, and none of the others. It's odd. I mean, I know that maybe it was the 2 that died would have gotten more points. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, over there, the Uncultured Club getting a lot of points. 7 for Second Up 4, 4 for Twisted Sister, 3 for Adamantis Ultral, and 3 for Art of Noise. And there are your rolls for this one. And so that'll do it for us on this particular game. Keep on watching. The competition will continue in our next video. In the meantime, thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe to see more of our nonsense. And happy gaming, everybody.